Welcome to the workshop for the first of what I hope will be many weekly videos, or vlogs as the kids call them. The reason I've decided to do these is to firstly make myself a bit more accountable for the work that I'm doing. It's very easy to be distracted, so if I make a note of what I'm going to be doing each week, it's easy for me to keep track. I also think it's a great way for my customers to see me working on their knives. So hopefully this will be a weekly video, maybe even more, maybe slightly less. I'm certainly not going to have a rigid schedule. So over the past few weeks, I've been back in the UK working with suppliers on the steak knives that I'm hoping to put into production. I've returned to a lovely mail call actually, so quite a few things in the mail. The first being one of these Bill Behnke file guides. These are becoming pretty ubiquitous at the moment for knife makers. I know Jeff Fader uses one. I know Simple Little Life uses one too. They're great. They're great. So the idea is, let me just bring you down to the bench. It's got these carbide tips here. So let's just take this knife. This is just an old stainless knife that I've stopped working on because it wasn't quite right. But the idea is that you put this in, you tighten them up, and this does come with a little wrench as well to tighten it. So when you're grinding, you're going to have these perfect plunge lines because the carbide tips won't grind away. They can be perfectly symmetrical every time, and they're just going to work well. But I mean, these things, it's built so what you can just tell how well it's built. So he's got these rods as well to help keep things straight and flush. Really good piece of equipment. So that's the Bill Behnke file guide. You can find that on Bill Behnke's website. He's obviously on Instagram as well. And I think it's just Bill Behnke, which is you can see actually on the it's stamped on the file guide. B-E-H-N-K-E, Behnke. Really good piece of equipment, so I can't wait to start using that. It's certainly do a much better job than my it's certainly going to do a much better job than my current setup. What else have we got? So, also had one of the Alec Steele T-shirts. Less yak yak, more whack whack. Ordered that probably just over a week ago. It was delivered whilst I was in the UK, so it was great to come back to. Today I'm going to Coutellia, which is France's biggest knife festival. It's in a place called Thiers, which is a village quite famous for making knives. They have a patented design. The village itself has its own patented design, which is quite common here in France. So I mean, Laguiole have a similar thing as well. So a bunch of makers all make a Thiers knife, which is the same design. So I'm really excited to go there, see what other makers will be exhibiting. There's going to be plenty of suppliers. So I think I'm going to wear this T-shirt. So let's go. Okay, so I'm back from TS and it was a great day. So hundreds and hundreds of exhibitors. They wouldn't actually let me film inside the exhibit halls. So I couldn't really get much footage, but I met some really great people, some amazing work. Some of the French guys, the work they do, it's just beautiful, beautiful stuff. I've returned to a bit more mail, and I think this could help a few people out. So I've had a few people asking about packaging. And it's something that I've been working on quite a lot for the last few months to package these steak knives. So first of all, I was in contact with a company called Packhelp. They're in the US. They do custom packaging, custom printing on boxes, that kind of thing. They do very small quantities, very quick orders, but they don't deliver to the US. But I have found an alternative. So rather than use Packhelp, I'm using Packhelp. And this is a sample box that they've sent. So you can see the print quality. And this is a mail-in box. So this is sturdy enough to go through the mail. Really nice. Maybe a bit big for knives. But what they have done, they've given me this sort of Russian doll kind of thing going on here. So inside that box, there's another box. Again, you can see the quality. It's really nice. I mean, it's a digital print, but it's just done really, really well. And you can print on all six sides of a box. Yeah, really nice. Again, maybe a bit big for knives. So they have included another, and this is actually the size that I'm going with for my steak knives, which is this size. So it's a mailer box. It's perfectly sturdy to be posted through the mail. This one hasn't got a full color print. It's just the black and white print, but still quite effective. And the idea is, certainly for my knives, I have got another little box in there, but it's way too small. So the idea is I'm going to have a foam insert. So if somebody's ordering one knife, it'll simply go in that way. If somebody's ordering two knives, it'll be one on top of the other. But if they're ordering four knives, I can use the same box with a different inlay and just put them in that way, sort of blade side down. So they'll be fully protected and perfectly fine through the post. So that is Packhelp. If you're in the US, there's a company called Packhelp who do something very, very similar. So that's really cool, something that I come home to today that was in the post. So thanks Packhelp for that. I will be getting my order in very soon. Another thing that I got at Coutellia was lots and lots of wood for scales. So I've got a lot of orders to go through at the moment. So the last few knives I've been using this spalted birch, which I really, really love. It's really beautiful. I've had to stabilize it because on its own it's pretty soft and it will break. But when stabilized, it's solid stuff. You know, it's like a hardwood. So yeah, I've been using that a lot lately for a number of chef knives, and I've got just a few more orders to get through before I can concentrate then on the steak knives. But this is some of the wood that I've bought ready for the steak knives, and it's a big box. This is a huge box of scales, and there's lots in here. So we've got some Zebrano, some really hard ebony, some stuff. I'm not even sure what this stuff is. But it's got a lovely pattern on there. So once that's stabilized, and I think I may use some color in with the stabilizer there to get some lovely colors. Some Cocobolo, and some snakewood, which the steak knives, most people will choose the snakewood because it just looks so good with brass. But I mean, I've got burls here, some beautiful burls, Bubinga. I've just got a lot of wood. So I think this will keep me going for possibly a year or so. So that was what I picked up at Coutellia. Really worth the travel. So it was a 2.5 hour drive, going through some lovely countryside, very sort of mountainous, beautiful part of France, but well worth the journey. Not just to see the other exhibitors, but also to find new suppliers, such as the wood that I've got. And I've been told that I can have any quantity of any wood that I want as well. So I'm really excited. That's going to be really good for me. Other things that have been going on. Later today, I will be filming another podcast for Knife Talk at knifetalk.net. It's been a while since there's been an episode, but this will actually be the 30th episode, which surprised me when I looked at the numbers. So 30 episodes. So that's been over the last just over 12 months. And that will be with Will Stelter from Stelter Edgeworks. So Will is one of those triple threats. He's really young. He's very good at what he does, very creative. And yeah, it's just, putting the older guys like me to shame. So check out knifetalk.net. That one's going to go live within the next few days. And I think that's it for this week's video. So subscribe if you like it. Tell your friends if you like it. If you don't tell your friends. Stay sharp, stay happy, and I shall see you soon. Thank you to both Even Heat and Tormac for their continued support.